Hello and welcome to Edinburgh Watch Company. My name is Jonathan. This is the first video we've shot in 2021. We've had a bit of a break through Christmas and the New Year, so may I take this opportunity to wish you a very, very belated Happy New Year, and I hope this year is absolutely fantastic for you. Today's video is about a collection. It's a collection of 16 of our latest Rolex watches we've got into stock. So we're going to be having a look at them, talking about them, trying them on. Now this collection video is something we've been doing quite recently, and it's been really well received. Some lovely comments back from you, so thank you so much for doing that. And the purpose of this is to give you a quick look at the latest collection that's coming in before we actually shoot full feature videos on each of these watches. However, despite this being an early insight into these watches coming in, they are turning over very quickly. So if you see a watch you like today, it's not on the website, I apologize, it's probably been sold, but if we haven't got it, why not give me a call? Talking of the website is edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk, and there you find we've got photographs, technical specification, pricing. We're also on Instagram and Facebook as well, so wherever you like to go and look at your watches, please go and check us out there. Okay, let's get going. Now, first of all, to my right hand side here, there's another collection of watches. These ones we aren't actually going to be talking about today. There's 16 more watches here, but none of these are Rolex. We've got Tudors, we've got Omegas, we've got Tag Heuers, we've got Cartiers, and they're going to feature in our next video, so please come back and check that one out. Okay, let's get started. This whole box purely full of Rolex, and we're going to start off with the absolute daddy of the Rolex Submariners. Now, we have just got this watch, and I have to say I am very biased. I love the color blue. Now, just talking about that before we actually get started on looking at the watches, let's do just a quick a wristwatch check. This is my Omega. This is a watch I was given for my 50th birthday, so that's only a few years ago, but let me just show you. It is an absolutely beautiful watch. It's finished in rose gold with a lovely dark blue Paipan dial, fitted on an alligator strap, and I absolutely love it. This one is going nowhere, and I think if it did, I'd get divorced anyhow, but absolutely love this watch. So that is my watch of choice today. Okay, back to the Rolexes. So here we go. Here is the Rolex Submariner. This is an absolutely beautiful watch. We've just got this. It's a 2020 watch. Submariner needs no introduction, does it? One of our best-selling watches. This is the 116618LB. Now, this watch was recently discontinued when the new model came out in September 2020. They popped the new movement in it. They reprofiled the case slightly, made the bracelet slightly wider, but there's absolutely nothing wrong in this. Now that it's discontinued, typically the Rolex prices go up and up and up. So I think we've got this really well priced. We've done a bit of a price check around the country to see who's got what they're asking for it. This one looks as new. It's a UK watch, as I say, 2020. Beautiful ceramic blue bezel here, dark blue sunburst dial, really powerful luminous coating on it here. This has the maxi case here, polished on the side here. Lovely gold bracelet with the polished center links coming through. Now, forgive me, I'm not actually wearing my gloves today because I thought it would look better to let you actually see the watches on the wrist, and it doesn't go quite so well with the gloves. So you're going to see a few smear marks on the watches, so please forgive me for that. But let me just show you this one on the wrist. Absolutely, I love this one. And there we go. Now, if you do actually see me looking slightly to the left, I'm just checking on the monitor just to make sure I'm getting the right angles for you, but just look at that watch. It's absolutely stunning. This is not a quiet, subtle Rolex. Let's just be upfront about that. This is not going to hide away underneath your wrist, but my God, it is absolutely beautiful, and I think you'd absolutely love wearing it. So there we are, an 18 karat solid gold Rolex Submariner. So what a way to start this collection. So that's the first one we've got. And then we're going to go and have a look at another Submariner. This watch I only bought yesterday. This one is a 2014 Submariner. It's a lovely watch that we got from a local customer who's had it for the last few years. And this is the Submariner non-date. It's the 114060. Bought new in 2014. Every watch I'm going to show you here today has got all the original box and papers. Every watch in this case across here, same box and papers. It's just the way I like to do things. I want everything to be the best of the best. That, I think, is the reputation I've built over the last 6 years, so you can be assured, please just take it for granted that all of these watches are going to be absolutely mint, boxed and papered, lovely and ready to go. So here we are, great looking watch, really popular. It's a really good seller for us, very uncluttered dial with a non-date, the ceramic bezel, of course it's got the maxi case here as well, like the gold one we just showed you. Really superb looking watch. Equally desirable to the sub date. It's very much down to preference in what you prefer. New model, of course, came out in September 2020. Again, popped the new movement, the new case, the new bracelet on it. But, you know, the difference between the 40 and the 41 mil, not much actually when you actually measure it. So again, now discontinued. Lovely watch. Doesn't really show the scratches so much on the satinized bracelet there. It's got the glide lock clasp, so really easy just to slide this up and down there, just to get it how you want it and pop it on your wrist. Show you on my wrist as well. Now my wrist, and for those of you probably fed up hearing it, but I've got an 8-inch wrist, so quite a big wrist. So this suits me really well. It's a lovely size. What I think is rather nice about the Submariner is it's not actually that thick as well. It doesn't, you know, it's the sort of watch that will go underneath most shirt cuffs. So it's an absolute classic. Lovely lume on it for nighttime reading, really powerful lume. Goes down to 1,000 foot, so I think that, you know, that will be enough for most of you. And again, we've price checked this watch. We've got this really well priced as well. And again, when I say really well priced, well, it's way over list, but they're all way over list. You can't get them anymore. And you know, the collectors are now looking for a lot of these non-dates as well. But anyhow, it's a great example in absolutely pristine condition as well. So we're going to go slightly bigger now, and we're going to go to the king of the dive watches. We have got a Rolex Sea Dweller Deep Sea, Deep Blue, and nothing less here than the James Cameron. Now this watch came out, I think, around about 2016. A wonderful history behind this watch, an absolute top of the game as far as dive watches go for Rolex, a real statement watch. If you think about the Rolex divers watches, we start off with the Submariner, a watch that will take you down to 1,000 foot. The Submariner, my first ever Rolex I bought, and it's certainly enough for most. For those that want something to go a little bit further, a little bit deeper into the ocean, well, you could go and get yourself a Sea Dweller. That will take you down to 4,000 foot. The Deep Sea, however, absolutely smashed it. 12,800 foot the Deep Sea will take you down to. You've got a choice. You can have this with a black dial or the blue black. Now, the blue black is like the ocean. As you look deeper into the ocean, it starts off blue, as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, it goes to black. And that's what Rolex have actually done with this watch. Now, this is the classic one. This is the 116660. And I actually have a feeling that this watch is going to be sold already. I've got a customer who just texted me today, say, don't sell that watch until we have a chat. So I think this one will be away. So this is the classic James Cameron, as I say, known as the Deep Blue. New model came out in, oh crikey, 2018-ish or so, I think it was, and that was the 126660. They popped the new movement in there with a new power reserve. They've widened the bracelet slightly. They changed the case profile slightly. Some would say that the original one, which this one is, was a little bit more wobbly on the wrist. I think there's a little bit of a change and an improvement in the new one, but it's not massive. And there are those that want the new one, there are those that want the old one. The old one is slightly less expensive. This one is 2017. It's a watch we sold about 1.5 years ago, and our customer very kindly offered it back to us. So it's a lovely watch, all stainless steel, ceramic bezel, the beautiful blue and black in the dial there, the deep sea writing in green there. And then you have the stainless steel bracelet. Now the glide lock clasp on this is slightly different than the way the Submariner and the Sea Dweller work. So what we do here is we just pull this up, and then you can see the teeth on the side, and this then just slides up and down, so you get it how you want it. But an absolute cracker. You can see here the helium escape valve, and what a watch. Absolute beauty. Now, this is a chunky watch. Let's just be upfront about that. You can see there, I'm going to hold it up to camera, and you can get an idea of how thick it is on the wrist. So this is not a watch that is going to fit underneath your shirt cuff. And if you've been wearing a lighter watch, it's going to feel quite big and quite heavy. I often describe it and compare it to, you're wearing your office shoes, you go out for a walk, you put your walking boots on, they feel pretty big and pretty comfy for a while. But once you've walked a mile or so, you kind of get used to them. I think it's a bit like that with the Deep Sea. If you wear it for a while, you get used to the size. And I've got, loads of customers wearing these watches. They absolutely love them. but it's quite special. I've had some of these myself through the years, really like them. Great watch to add to a collection, you know, pretty well indestructible, really tough. So that is the Deep Sea. Great watch, I really say. And now we started off at 40 mil, we've gone then to 44 mil with a Deep Sea, and we're going to stay on that size, but I've just got this lovely Yacht Master that's just come in. Now this one is another 2020 watch. Absolutely, it's like new, it's in beautiful condition. It's just very lightly been worn, and it is the latest Yacht Master. Crikey, not sure what year it was, but a few years ago they changed the design of the dial slightly. It used to have little squares all the way around the dial, and then the little arrow came up at the top there as the sort of latest one. So this is the current model. Yacht Master, the very sound of it, a watch designed by Rolex for those that want to go racing, and you have a countdown mechanism in it as well when you're looking to set the race off. So you see this little red triangle on the dial there. You can actually set that between 1 and 10 minutes, and then the chronograph buttons here on the right, they effectively start the countdown function there for you. Do many customers use it for that? I doubt it. I think they just love the look of the watch. Great if you've got a big wrist, as I say, with that 44 mil case size. It's not too thick on the wrist. And again, it's a little bit like the Sky Dweller. They've managed to sort of put all this functionality into it without being too much on it. The bezel here in ceramic blue with gold inlay, stainless steel case with the Everose running through the clasp there, and the bezel in solid Everose gold as well. That gives you an idea of its thickness. This has what we call the Easy Link function there, and I'll show you on my wrist. So there we go. Really lovely. Colors work really well in it. Yacht Master 2, you can get it in stainless steel. Then you have stainless steel and rose gold, yellow gold, and white gold. I think of all the ones, if I were choosing, I think this is the sweet spot in the range. I think those looking at the Yacht Master tend to prefer the steel and rose over the steel. That's my experience. They tend to sell a bit faster. But the jump up, this is about 20,300 new. We've actually got this watch under list, which is fantastic for a sports watch. But the jump up to a yellow gold one is massive. You know, I mean, you're talking it's over £30,000. So I think this is a really lovely watch for the money. That gives you an idea. Thickness on the wrist, not too thick. It's a nice big watch. I think the colors on it are absolutely lovely. I really like this watch actually. I think it's a really good one. So again, goes without saying, automatic chronometer. Waterproof, probably down to about 100 meters, so that's going to be enough for most, but it's a really fun watch. I think the colors are lovely in it. So there we are. That's the 44 mil Yacht Master. Staying on the Yacht Master theme, but we're going to go from 44 mil right down to 37 mil, because now we've got something for ladies. And I'm really sorry, actually, we've got a terrible selection of ladies' watches. So if anybody out there is watching this video has got a nice ladies Rolex mint box papers, give me a shout, please, because we really do need to build up collection. Having said that, I'm not overly worried about that, because I just find so many ladies these days aren't buying those traditional small Rolex watches. They're looking for 31 mil, 34, 36, maybe even 41. So it's just fashion. That's what's happening these days. Now, Rolex, they watch the market very carefully, and they know exactly what's going on in the marketplace. They know what customers want. So the Yacht Master mid-size used to be 35 millimeter, and it was available in steel or steel and yellow gold or all yellow gold. They, however, changed it, and that's no longer available. And now if you want the mid-size, you have a choice of stainless steel with the platinum and the rhodium dial, or you can have it here with the steel and rose gold, or if you really want to push the boat out, you can go and get it in solid rose gold with the Oysterflex Strap. Again, I think this is the one, a really good one to consider. Beautiful chocolate brown dial, solid rose gold bezel on it, rose gold running through the bracelet, and just a lovely size. Now, I say it's for ladies. I guess it's probably a unisex watch. 37 millimeter. There are loads of guys out there with a smaller wrist, absolutely perfect for them. But my God, it looks lovely on a lady. It really does. It's an absolutely beautiful watch. Now, this watch is, I think it's 2019, 2020. Again, pristine condition. More information, of course, available on the website. Automatic chronometer, accurate within 2 seconds per day. You've got the date function there with the 2.5 times magnification. You've got the really powerful lume on it. Not too thick, but you've got an automatic movement in there. Beautiful bracelet, polished links running through the middle there, and you've got the gold running through the clasp at the back. Now I don't know if that's going to fit on my wrist. We'll give it a go, just to give you a bit of an idea. But there we go. Really, really a bit too small for my wrist, but just gives you a perspective. And the colours, I love that. I must say, I'm a real Ever Rose Gold fan. I think the colours are just so warm, and it's just such a pretty watch. So anyhow, that's a really, really nice one too. So there we are. I think that is the last of my Yacht Masters, but we're going to continue with the sports range. And now we go back to the divers. We have managed to get another one of these Rolex Sea Dweller 43 mils. I'm not going to call it the 50th anniversary because that's a stainless steel one with the red writing on it. Now this watch absolutely caught us all out. Who would have predicted that Rolex would have brought out a Sea Dweller in steel and gold? You know, it's a diver's watch, it's a tool watch, and we've never seen it quite like that before, apart from obviously the Submariners. However, they did, and I've been thinking, well, why would they do that? Well, the Submariner has been out for years. You have it in steel and gold, you have it in all gold, you have it in white gold. But for some who are wanting a bigger watch now, or maybe wanting a change, there was nothing bigger than that unless you went up to a big Yacht Master. So by introducing the Sea Dweller, they've got something that's like a Submariner, but just that bit bigger. So you've gone from 40 to 43 mil, but you've got the new movement. You've got the new bracelet, you've got the new case, and then you've got something that little bit bigger. So ceramic bezel here in solid gold. You can see here the Sea Dweller writing across the dial there in gold. It's really, really nice. You've got the unidirectional bezel here that turns, and you can just feel as you're turning it there. The engineering quality is absolutely lovely there. A little bit thicker than a Submariner. You can see the helium escape valve there along with my fingerprints. And then here, matched on this Oyster bracelet there with the polished center links. Now it's a little bit wider here. I think it's 21 mil compared to 20 of the Submariner, and you have the glide lock clasp as well. So this is a 2020 watch. Still got the sticker on the back. I'm not going to call it unworn. I think it's been worn about 3 times in the house, but it's like new condition. It's really nice. But there we go. Lovely watch. I've worn lots of the 50th anniversaries. I've never worn this one because all the ones we had have been pretty new, but a really lovely, lovely watch. I love the way the bracelet tapers down here and the glide lock clasp as well. It's just so comfortable to wear, so easy to wear. Quick idea of its thickness on the wrist there. A little bit thicker than the Submariner. In fact, what I'm going to do here is just show you how we compare a Sea Dweller to a Submariner. So you can just see the difference. We'll put them beside each other there, and you can see. Now what a nice pair that would make. By 2 of them. God, it's beautiful, isn't it? You see the colours there, but you can just see slightly narrower case lugs on the Sea Dweller versus a Submariner. And if we pop them also on the side there, you get a quick idea of the difference in the thickness too. So there we are. So anyhow, that's the Sea Dweller. Now we've got this really, really well priced. It's only just over list, and I think possibly going to be seeing a Rolex price rise soon as well, so it'll probably almost put it up to under list price. Anyhow, that's the Sea Dweller. Now, on the same theme, this actually is the 50th anniversary. Now, I'm a big fan of the Sea Dweller. I've had the original, the Sea Dweller, the 16600, and then the ceramic one when they came out, and I think this was a really nice introduction to the range. So this came out in 2017. And it's a lovely watch. This is the 126600. So what have they done? The Sea Dweller, as we all know it, was a 40 mil watch, went down to 4,000 foot. Same depth with this one, but we've gone up to the 43 mil case size. Ceramic bezel, slightly wider case, but not as wide as the Maxi case. Slightly wider bracelet. This has the new movement. It's got that 70-hour power reserve, more resistance to shock and magnetism. Beautiful stainless steel satinized bracelet, again with the glide lock clasp on it there. So really, really comfortable to wear. helium escape valve you can see there, just in the middle there. But I think a nice change, you know, for someone that's perhaps had a Submariner for a few years, wants something a little bit different. I love the red writing. It reminds me, you know, of the old Submariners, the Sea Dwellers, the single reds and the double reds they used to get. Very, very comfortable watch to wear as well. So I think if you wanted something a bit bigger than a Submariner, but you didn't quite want to go to a deep sea, then this one is definitely worth a look at. Again, perfect for my wrist size there. And you can see again how the bracelet tapers down. And then the glide lock clasp on it there. Beautiful. There we go. Quick idea there on the thickness of it. Really, really like this one. Great watches. Again, pretty hard to get. You don't really tend to see these in the stores, but this one, as I say, in beautiful, beautiful condition. Again, more information on the website on that one. We're coming now down to 40 mil. One of the absolute classics, we've got the Rolex Gmt Master. Now this is the discontinued one. This watch came out in 2007 when they stopped the Gmt Master as we know it, the 16710 that had the aluminium bezel, 40 mil case size, Oyster bracelet. Some changes to the watch. They put a ceramic bezel on it. The hand changed from red to green. So just forgive me for those that don't know the Gmt Master. What is its purpose? Well, it's a steel sports watch, but the Gmt Master was, you know, designed for those that wanted to know the time in another zone as well as at home, those that travel, for pilots, etc. And of course, Rolex had this wonderful relationship with Pan American Airlines, and of course, we know the Pepsi. That's the classic. So this one, I think, is a lovely understated watch, and the Batman, of course, a comparable one, same watch, different color scheme. You know, they're thousands more expensive. We've got two of these just now. We've got this one that's a 2007. We've just had this one serviced. We've also got a 2012. So lovely, lovely watch. Say 904L grade stainless steel. Lovely, powerful lume on the hands and the hour markers there. Really easy date to read. Beautiful green hand there. And I think the difference, I think, between this and the Submariner in look and feel is you've got the polished center links there in it. Still got the maxi case on it, but just a good all-rounder. I'll show you on the wrist. There we go. Lovely color scheme on that. Again, the bracelet tapers down, 20 mil at the case lugs there. And you've got now this one has got what we call the Easy Link clasp on it. So if we get the chance to meet you, it'd be lovely. If not, we can size it for you and send it down to you. If I just pull that there, you can see that's where the Easy Link comes out, and then you just have to tuck it back under. But it just very, very easily allows you to adjust the bracelet if it's a little bit too hot and a bit too tight on your wrist. But lovely, lovely watch. Again, we've price checked these watches. I think we're pretty competitive compared to some of the big boys out there. Absolutely pristine condition. Now the other way you can do this, I'm quite a fan of rubber B straps. For those that don't know, they're an American company and they make really nice rubber straps for like Rolex and Audemars Piguet. I actually wear a Yacht Master a lot of the time with a dark blue dial and the blue rubber strap. And this on a black rubber strap with the green line running through the middle of it, it looks and feels fantastic. So you almost feel like you've got two watches, different look and feel for what, £250 for a strap. It's not a lot. Anyhow, great looking watch. Really, really like these ones too. Of course, the new Gmt Master now, if you want them, they've got the new movement, of course, the Jubilee bracelet, which you can either get with what they call the Batgirl, the blue and the black, or the Pepsi. But anyhow, that's a good one. The Gmt Master. Very, very understated look. So we're now going to go and have a look at some date justs. We've got a nice selection of date justs just now, and we're going to start off, again, very biased to blue, as you know, but this one is an absolute beauty. Now this particular watch, I think this is actually another one we've got into stock. We've sold the others, but I am beginning to see more and more customers coming to talk to us about date justs now that might have considered sports watches. They just can't get a sports watch. They don't want to wait. And there's a better chance of getting a date just 41. Now you can get a choice. You can either have them on the Oyster bracelet, on the Jubilee. We've actually got both. I'm going to show you. Let me just pull that watch out now, just while I'm talking, so you can just see them beside each other, because as I shoot this video today, I've got two. I've got this one here on the Jubilee and on the Oyster. Sorry, this table's moving. I'll try and keep still. Just a beautiful watch. So I think the one on my left here with the Oyster bracelet, and the fluted bezel, I think it's almost like it combines that sporty look with an elegant look as well. What I love about the Datejust 41 over the earlier model is it's beautifully slim. It's so comfortable to wear. You've got a lovely presence on your wrist without that chunk. Fits just underneath your shirt cuff, no problem. Both of them here have the index dial, so you've got the luminous coating on them. Again, making it easy to read at night time. You've got the 2.5 times magnification for the date. You've got this beautiful fluted bezel made in solid gold. And you can have a choice. Do you want that sportier look with the Oyster bracelet, or do you prefer that more classic look with the Datejust? And that's very much each to their own, but lovely, lovely watches. They really, really are. What's going on inside? Well, when the Datejust 41 came out, it gave Rolex a chance to launch the new movement. The new movement that, again, like the Sea Dwellers and the GMT Masters, that has that 70-hour power reserve, accurate to within plus or minus 2 seconds per day, more resistance to shock and magnetism. So really, really enhanced technology in the sort of the engine of the watch. But it's just nice to know that's going on in the background, but it's the look and feel of it that I think is what would draw someone to it. The blue's absolutely gorgeous. I think the blue and the rhodium are about the same desirability-wise, and of course you get the Wimbledon as well. So let's put that one aside just now. Get a little closer look at this one here. You can see it here with the Oyster bracelet with the polished center links. Again, this has the Easy Link bracelet too. Really, really nice watch to wear. And there, you can see it on the wrist there. The color, it's a beautiful rich blue. I often refer to it as a bit like a cut price Sky Dweller. Now the Sky Dweller is an absolutely gorgeous watch, but in the blue you're paying over £20,000 for them because you can't get them new. Okay, this hasn't got the technology of the Sky Dweller, but by means of the look, it's not a kick off it, and it's a lot less money. And I actually, although I love the Sky Dweller, this is just so much lighter and thinner to wear. It's just so comfortable. It really is. Beautiful bracelet on it there. And here, let's look how thin it is on the wrist. Really, really nice. Really beautiful watch. And let me just show you, we'll put the other one beside it there so you can just see again. And I'll show you that Datejust with the Jubilee bracelet on my wrist too. It's absolutely beautiful. I really think this is one of the best looking watches in the range. Now these watches are, what, about $750 new. I'm sorry, we have got these watches over list, but you know, we have to pay good money to get them, and that they are achieving over list. And the Wimbledon ones are even higher, but lovely, lovely watch. So there we are. There's a couple of unworn 2020 Datejust 41s, choice of Oyster or the Jubilee bracelet. And I'd highly recommend one of these watches. I think they're not like old-fashioned Datejusts anymore. I think with the color schemes they've got, the size, the look and the feel, great watch really for anybody at any age. So we're still sticking here with the 41. Let me just give this one a little wipe down. This has the rhodium dial. Now, a little bit less expensive. Why? Because the bezel's different. So this one has the smooth, or what we'd call the domed bezel. Great looking watch. You've got the index markers on it, again for that luminous coating. You've got the Oyster bracelet, so it's quite sporty. I think this is the entry point into the 41mm range. If the fluted bezel doesn't bother you and you don't want to spend that extra amount on the white gold, then this would do a great job. It really would do. And I think the dome bezel and the Oyster bracelet work very, very well together. It's quite sporty. I must say I'm quite a fan of it. There you go, quick wrist shot there. Colors work really well with this. And there you go, just a quick one, just to give you a thickness one on it too. Now I'm going to leave this one down here for a minute because I've also got this in silver. Now the rhodium ones, same watch, but I mean the colors of the dial do make a difference in the price. There's no doubt about that. Probably the Wimbledon right at the top, and then I'd say the blue and the rhodium about the same, and then the silver ones are, well, they're easier to get, so they are less expensive. But there you go. And we've sold lots of the silver. The silvers are lovely. It's like a sunburst dial, and when you get it out in the light and the sun hits it, it's absolutely beautiful. So if the rhodium's not floating your boat any more than silver, well, why pay more? It's exactly the same watch as the other one, just a different color and dial, but that again, really, really nice looking watch. Silver is a lovely, lovely color. Yeah, you can just see it there. If I just move that out of the way. Really, really nice watch. In fact, this one's still got the stickers on the case back as well, so I'm not sure this one's really been worn very much. So there are a couple of Datejust 41s. Okay, we're now going to work our way up, finishing off probably with my favorite watch. This one we're going to talk about here is the Oyster Date. Now, again, I talked about ladies' watches earlier on. We don't have enough of them, but this is definitely one to consider. 34 millimeter, it's not a ladies' watch, it's a unisex watch. Again, it's the size that gentlemen used to wear, but of course they're wearing bigger and bigger watches now. This 34, again, most gorgeous blue dial on it. Perfect for a gentleman wanting a smaller watch, but equally lovely for a lady as well. 36 might just be a little bit too big for them. 34 works so well. You've got the date function, it's automatic, it's waterproof. It's a watch really that I think could be worn for any occasion. You've got the elegance here of the polished center links running down the middle. Stainless steel case, 904L grade, so really, really good. I think off the top of my head, this one is a 2021. Now, I'm afraid it's not going to fit my wrist, but just gives you an idea there of what it looks like. It really is very, very pretty. Lovely, lovely watch. Now, this is the new kid on the block. I've managed to pick up one of the new Oysters from the September collection. So those, many of you will know who watch these various Rolex videos, that in September 2020, Rolex introduced the new Oyster Perpetual range, and this is the 41mm one. Now, really exciting collection. They come out with some pretty wacky colors with the Tiffany blue and the yellow and the green and the white and the black. This probably is actually the least expensive of them. We've got this one $6,250, so it's not a bad price. They're listing at $4,700. We paid a bit over list to get it. It's completely unworn. It's 2020. Great entry level into the Rolex range, I think. It's a really superb looking watch, nice size, really, really legible, understated, powerful lume on it, very accurate, 2 seconds per day. I guess it does everything that you need from a watch to do in many ways. And as I say, for just over £6,000, I think it's really good value for money. Fitted on the Oyster stainless steel bracelet there, so it's not going to show the scratches in the same way that the polished center links would, but lovely, lovely watch. I mean, great birthday gift, maybe a 21st gift, anniversary, something like that. Or if you've got no birthdays coming up, why not treat yourself? But that, I think, is a really, really lovely looking watch. And I think the Rolex did very well in introducing that one to their collection. Okay, so up front, my favorite watch, my favorite Rolex, and if you gave me a big check and say, Jonathan, go out and buy your favorite Rolexes, what would they be? Well, it'll begin with a D, a Daytona. I absolutely love Daytonas. Those that have watched my videos in the past would know that, and it wouldn't really matter what variant it came in, whether it was yellow gold, steel, rose gold, white gold, platinum. Absolutely love these watches. And here we go. This is an unworn one. This is a 2020, I think it might even be in December, but just look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm sorry, I cannot be impartial on this. I am very biased. I think this watch is absolutely knockout. Had a lovely second-hand one in recently that's been sold, and this is exactly the same as the pre-owned one we had. So this one here, a 2020, finished in solid Everose gold, mounted on the Oysterflex Strap, supremely comfortable. Now, Rolex were a bit late in coming to the rubber straps on the market, but they were doing a bit of thinking. How can we do better than everybody else? How can we make that strap more comfortable, good life in it? And they designed the Oysterflex Strap. It has a titanium blade running through the strap. It's even got almost like suspension on it. If you just look there, you can see on the underneath here, these compress and just make it so comfortable. It retains the gold at the bottom here there, so you can see it fits onto the deployment clasp there, and it is just beautiful. Now the Daytona You can't get these. You can't get gold. You can't really get any of the Daytonas. Probably the bimetal is your best chance of getting one. But it is beautiful. So ceramic bezel here, so it's really nice just as you can wear it all the time because you're not going to get the little scratches that you perhaps get in the earlier models. Chronograph here, but the crown and the pushers, they all screw into the side of the case there. So this is a watch that you can wear down to 100 meters as well. I think one of the reasons why Rolex went for the Oysterflex is that while you get these on the metal bracelets, they were previously on a leather strap. Now, while they're absolutely beautiful to look at, I think for the European and more global market, where it's much warmer than the temperatures we have here in the UK, the Oysterflex allowed you to wear that watch in the water. And also, you wouldn't get that sort of sweat on your wrist that you get with a leather strap watch. And so it just makes it more practical. But apart from that, it's given the watch a complete new look to it. And so here we are. That is the Oysterflex on the wrist there, 40 mil. As I say, even with an 8-inch wrist, I think it just works so well for that. Sporty, dressy, gives you an idea of what it's like on the wrist there, and just an absolute cracker. So lovely, lovely watch, that one. And now on to our last watch, and as we come to the end of the video, we have got a stainless steel Daytona, the one that you just can't get, the massive weightless on it, and this one here in black. Just beautiful. This is a 2018 example, absolutely pristine. Waitlists, well, how long? 5 years, 10 years? You need to buy a lot of watches and have a wonderful relationship with your dealer to get one. Just a cracking watch. I was very lucky. I've had one of these in black and white, and I've worn them probably for over a year each. Enjoyed every second of them. In fact, you can go and, if you go back on YouTube and look back about a year ago, you can see I did a video living with a Rolex Daytona, and that was the white one I had. I said I would never sell, but hey, I did. So there we go. This is the Daytona. This is the 116500 LM. Such excitement when this watch came out in the market. I think it was like 2016, 2017. I remember I first saw this watch at Le Mans. It was lovely to actually see it in the flesh, having seen the pictures of it. Beautiful black dial, ceramic bezel, oyster bracelet with the polished center links. And what I love about the Daytona is the fact it's a chronograph. It's automatic, but it's so slim to wear on the wrist. It just looks absolutely beautiful. You can see why everybody wants it. Why do they want it? Of course, you can't get it, but it's just such a lovely watch. It really is. And they've been so popular for so many years. And prices on the ceramics have started to go back up again. Bit of a wrist check there. An absolute cracker. So there we are. There are 16 Rolexes. Thank you so much for being patient and watching this video. I'm really excited with the watches we've actually got in stock. There's some absolute crackers there, and I'd be delighted to chat with you about any of these watches. So thank you so much for taking time to look. If you'd like to follow our channel and be notified of all of our latest subscriptions, then please click there, or it might even be click there, but you'll see the pop-up coming up. That'll then notify you of all our latest videos coming along. But remember, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. More importantly, though, I'm just at the end of the phone. So if you'd like to have a chat about any of these watches or any of the ones we've got in stock, or maybe something you're looking for, then please just give me a call. Thanks for watching. Take care.